Hi everybody, we have a Labradoodle puppy birth announcement video today. Today we are going to introduce you to the 6 puppies from our Salish Sea litter. We are going to tell you a little bit about each of these little Labradoodle puppies. We're going to tell you about their mama Labradoodle Orca, and we're also going to tell you about the whelping procedure. And we'll give you a little bit of information in general about puppies. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and today we are welcoming the 6 Labradoodle puppies from our Salish Sea litter. These little puppies are 24 hours old and they are thriving. You can see that Mama Labradoodle Orca here is busy attending to them all. She's doing a really great job. This is Mama Labradoodle Orca's very first litter, and she's settling in quite nicely with these puppies. So a little bit of information about our Mama Labradoodle here. So as I said, this is Orca's first litter. You'll see that Orca is clipped very short. We do clip our Labradoodles quite short when they're having babies for a couple of reasons. First of all, it helps to keep them cleaner, which is an important thing because they're not going to be able to have their regular grooming appointment while they have their puppies. And second of all, it helps our Mama Labradoodles be cool. While the puppies are in our maternity ward, which is where they stay for the first 3 weeks, the temperature is kept quite high. And the reason we do this is because newborn puppies, Labradoodles and all puppies, do not have the ability to regulate their body temperature. So we make sure that it's warm in here for the puppies. But we also are careful not to have it so that it's so warm that our Mama Labradoodle is uncomfortable. And if you'll watch Orca, you'll see if she ever stops cleaning her puppies here. Hey, I know you're busy cleaning, but let's show everybody the puppies. You'll see that she will pant from time to time, but she's not constantly panting because it's so hot that she's that uncomfortable. So some breeders tend to keep their whelping rooms very warm, and then that becomes miserable for the mom. And mom then doesn't want to have her puppies near her because that's making her even warmer. So we try to strike a happy medium here so that the puppies are body temperature is warm enough, the room temperature is warm enough to keep them warm, and also so that our mom is comfortable. And you can see the fact that the puppies are spread out, they're not all huddled together in a clump, that they are quite comfortable with the temperature in the room. And some breeders use a heating pad that they put down, but again, when mom goes to nurse her puppies, if the puppies are all on the heating pad, that's really uncomfortable for mom to be on the heating pad. As you can see, Orca likes to rest her head here on the pig rail. This is what she does quite often. Now she's pushed a little bit forward right now because I'm in the box with her and sitting behind her, but she does like to sleep with her head on the rail there. And the reason for those rails is to protect the puppies. So if they're at the back of the box and mom lies down, she's not crushing them. New moms, even experienced moms, can often make that error, and it can be fatal for the puppy. So with the rails around the box, that protects the puppies. So when mom lies down and the puppy's back here, they're not going to be crushed. So Orca had a fairly easy delivery. She went into early pre-labor during the day yesterday, and then when we went to bed, she was fine. She was a little bit uncomfortable, but nothing serious. She was doing some digging, a little bit of panting, all signs of early stage 1 labor. And then when she started to deliver the puppies, she had them all delivered in a couple of hours. Quite easily. She was quite comfortable. For the first couple, she was a bit, what is this and what should I do? But she quickly caught on, and she participated in the whole process. So she's also eating really well. We feed Orca in the box. She doesn't like to get out of the box too often. Unfortunately, the times right now she's choosing that she does want to get out are at 1, 3, and 5 in the morning. Not really conducive to a good night's sleep for the humans. So we hope that her schedule will change for that soon. lots of hormones going on, lots of adjustments. Her whole world's just turned upside down. So we're always, of course, entirely accommodating. So, but you can see if you watch her here that she's doing all of the natural, proper Labradoodle mummy things. She's cleaning the puppies, she's wrapped herself around them, she's aware of them, and she's very attentive to them. And that's exactly what we want to see in our mama Labradoodles. So when you see a mama Labradoodle cleaning her puppy and she's at the bum end there, what the mom is doing there is having the puppy eliminate. Because when puppies are newborns, their eyes are sealed shut, their ears are sealed shut, and they're not able to go to the bathroom on their own. They need mom to stimulate them. Now there's a reason for that. That's so that the puppies are not eliminating all over in the nest and leaving an odor for potential predators to detect. So dogs normally would be having their puppies out of doors, and this way mom controls all of those odors and scents, and she actually consumes them all. So she does that. Some girls will do that right up to weaning, and some girls quit doing that when the puppies are introduced to solid foods. So we find with our Australian Labradoodle mums, they tend to do their cleanup of their puppies for longer because their puppies are weaned to raw food. If the puppies eat commercial food, if they're eating any sort of processed food, they'll quit doing it much earlier in the process. And I think that's just because the raw food is more natural, and so everything occurs a bit more naturally. So you can see Orca's giving me lots of great eye contact. She looks to me for not so much advice, if you will, or security, but just as a partnership in this whole process. She's a very secure girl in that she trusts her people a great deal. Her guardians have done a beautiful job raising Orca. She's a confident girl without being bold or sassy. She's very obedient. She responds to her name very well, and she's a relaxed and calm girl. And it's really nice when we have a mom like this who's a first-time mom where her puppies are just 24 hours old and already she's nice, relaxed, and that's exactly what we want to be going through to these puppies. Because how mom behaves is how the exact thing that's transferred to the puppies. All of mom's emotions and her emotional state goes right through the milk, which goes right into the puppies, which goes right into their nervous system and into their heads. So a nice, calm, quiet mom really helps to build nice, calm, collected adult dogs. Now puppies, of course, don't come calm. Puppies are active and energetic and full of beans, or they're dead asleep. So what I mean when I say all of this is going into her puppies is she's instilling a confidence and a degree of acceptance in the world by her puppies. But when puppies are little, they are full of energy and life and full of fun, and that is something to really celebrate. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the actual whelping. Orca started having her first puppy at 2:40 a.m. and the last puppy was born at 4:51 a.m. Very quick delivery for 6 puppies. There was a slight pause between 3 and 4 a.m. There was a little bit of a break. And sometimes that happens quite regularly. The first few puppies will be bam, bam, bam. So her first 3 were born in half an hour. She had the first 3 puppies. So that's 10 minutes per puppy. And then we had a little bit of a rest and we had a break. And it's really funny when girls are delivering their puppies because they almost fall asleep. They put their head down and they have a rest. They'll have a drink of water. Sometimes they'll even go outside. Orca did go outside and have a pee. But see, this is what I really like about Orca. She's a lovely dog where she's always giving this beautiful beautiful eye contact, and she's just always interacting with the people in her lives. It's just a wonderful thing to see. It's very typical of Australian Labradoodles. Some girls do it more than others, but it's a really nice bond. It's a very special bond to share with a dog when you deliver puppies with them, and then raise the puppies with them. They do the heavy lifting for the first bit, of course. Orca's doing all the work here. And also when our moms are here, they're on their own a lot. So they have to be the type of dog who is not a frantic dog, or not a dog that's a Velcro type dog. They need to be confident and happy on their own and content to be here bringing their puppies up. So those are all parts of the things that we look for when we choose a breeding prospect from a litter. Whether it's for ourselves or for another breeder, those are all very important qualities for a potential mama Labradoodle dog. If we're looking for a stud dog, it's slightly different qualities that we look for there. But those are some of the things we look for in terms of the temperament for a mama dog. Now these dogs, they're all boys except for one, which is that does happen. Our old lay litter is almost all girls, and sometimes we do have litters that are we have had litters that are all girls and just one boy. But it's usually we get a better disbursement. And now some of our families think that they would prefer a girl, and some of our families think they would prefer a certain color. And always when we're doing our matching, we of course take all of those preferences into consideration. But when we do our matching, the main thing we're doing is looking for a puppy that complements and enhances your life, and that you can complement and enhance that puppy's life, rather than having a puppy that's going to complicate your life. So lots of times we've had people that were dead set on having a female, for instance. I can remember way back in, I think it was 2006, or it might have been 2007, and we had a woman who was sure she wanted a female, and she'd gone out and purchased multiple things in pink, and we ended up assigning her a male dog. And she was quite upset, and she was, all worried that she had all these pink things. She had a female name for the dog, and she was just positive she wasn't going to like a male dog. So we said, well, take the puppy home and just, give it a couple of days, think about it. The puppy doesn't know whether everything's pink, and the puppy doesn't care if you call her Petunia or you call her Frank. So they went home, and it wasn't even 24 hours when they contacted us and said, this is the puppy for us. We're just thrilled. They didn't mind that everything was pink and they had a boy. And I believe they did end up changing the name. I've forgotten that part now. But we still are in contact with that family actually all these years later. And they often remark on how pleased they were that we convinced them to give it a try, despite them being sure that wasn't what they wanted. And we've had that happen with colors and other things. So right now it's time to get to know all the puppies, celebrate all of them, watch them develop and grow. And then our process is we have people over for our family visit, so everybody can meet all the puppies. They don't know which puppy is theirs, but they get a chance to see them all. We get a chance to see them, and then we have a homework assignment. Lots of questions are asked, and then when the puppies are around 7 weeks old, the three of us come together. We take all of our notes. We make notes on the puppies right from the moment they're born. We put them together and we do an assessment of both the people and the puppies, and then we make the right fit. So we're just delighted that in 41 years of doing this, that nobody's ever returned a dog or been unhappy with the match we've made. So that's a record we're really proud of and work hard to maintain. So now let's get to the main event. Let's introduce you to all these little cutie pies. It's a rainbow litter. And what's a rainbow litter? A rainbow litter is a litter with pretty much multiple colors. So Orca is a black and white Australian Labradoodle, and Papa Tig is a black leaked phantom Labradoodle. They both carry chocolate and they both carry cream. Cream is the word we use for dogs that are yellow. And there are only 3 colors of dogs in the world for any breed. They are either black, or they are brown, or they are yellow. Now in there are all sorts of different hues. So a dog that's genetically black, for instance, is a red dog. Whereas a dog that's genetically yellow can be a caramel, a gold, and it can be very, very light to quite a dark color. And brown dogs can be anything from a deep, rich chocolate through to a very light, milky chocolate kind of color. But there are just the three colors, but there's all sorts of names for all the colors in there. For caramels, there's all sorts of goofy names like frosted and iced, and oh my goodness, the list goes on and on and on. And you can have a red caramel, but that's not a red dog in terms of the Australian Labradoodle breed standard. We'll get into all of that in future videos. So when we do our videos, we always go in birth order of the puppies, just to make things fair and to keep it consistent. So the firstborn in this litter is our little blue collar boy. And this is blue collar boy here. Now blue collar boy is a brown dog, as you can see. Now, lots of times we refer to this as chocolate. You'll hear me call him chocolate, but you can see his brown is not a deep brown. He is a lighter shade of brown, and you can see that his nose already is filling in a bit. So his brown will probably lighten up a bit as time goes on. Now this little guy is a tuxedo style puppy. He's an abstract, but he's close to looking like a tuxedo, but he is not. So you see he has white on his nose, white up his head. Then he has a little smidge of white around the back of his head, none actually on his neck. And then he has little white toes, just like his mama Orca. And he has white on his chest here. Now to be a real tuxedo, the white goes halfway up the leg. Oh, Orca's not going to be too excited about me hanging on to him for too long. So we don't ever want to upset her. So we just let her tell us what she is and isn't comfortable with. So if you are a true tuxedo, the white comes halfway up the leg and the white goes all the ways around the ruff in the back here. And this little guy also has a little white tip on the end of his tail. And Mr. Blue Collar was born at 2:40 a.m., the first puppy, and he weighed 314 grams. He was the biggest puppy in the litter. That's a good boy. There we go. And we want to do everything nicely, slow, gentle. We've so far just left Orca alone with the puppies. We haven't done anything with the puppies yet. We always like to give them 48 hours of just getting used to each other and settled before we start fooling around and start doing different things with them. So the next one is Red Collar, and Red Collar is right here. Now Red Collar is, here we go, a yellow dog. So this is what I was talking about in terms of yellow. However, this dog is genetically black, and so he is what we call an apricot. So he's going to end up with a black nose and black feet and black lips. And he is a tuxedo. And you'll see the difference here. Oh, it's okay, Orky. It's okay, honey. I got him. It's okay, good girl. It's all okay, good girl. You can see his white is halfway up his legs. It is around the back of his neck there, and he has quite a lot of white on his face here. And he also has a bigger white tip on his tail. So more white markings than Blue Collar. And Red Collar was born at 256, and he was 266 grams. There you go, love, thank you. And I'm just going to put him back on the milk bar, because even though it's very early days, we want the puppies always to associate being touched by a person with something good as the result. So having the milk bar delivery is something that you really want as a puppy. You'll see Orca's tail has a wrap on it. This is just vet wrap. The only reason we wrap our girls' tails is because birthing is quite a messy process, and there's usually some discharge for a few days afterwards, so this helps protect their tail from getting too mucky. The next puppy born was the one and only girl, 3:10 a.m., another apricot, and that is Pink Collar Girl. Hello, sweetie. Pink Collar Girl has some white markings on her too. You can see she has white on the top of her head, She's going to have some white around her face. You can already see the black filling in around her nose there. Lots of white on her chest. She has white paws, but she doesn't have the tuxedo up her leg. And she has a white tip on her tail too. Not quite as big as the last puppy does. And no white around her neck. And Pink Collar Girl was the smallest in the litter, and she is 225 grams. So she can actually fit in my hand. These are medium Australian Labradoodles. So they're a little bit larger than if you watch the birth announcement for the Olay litter, which are minis. You'll see that these puppies weigh more at birth as they are going to be larger dogs as they progress. And so I'm just going to wait till Orca's got a little spot there where we can put Pink down. And we'll put her close to the milk bar there. Orca's just taking up a bit of space. Next is Yellow Collar. And Yellow Collar is our only puppy in the litter who is a gorgeous, oh, that's the wrong one. Where is little Yellow Collar? I've lost a puppy. Here we go. There we go, Yellow Collar. Yellow Collar is also a black tuxedo style puppy. Almost a tuxedo, just not quite. The paws should technically be white a little farther up, but these are going to be very distinctive white feet, more than Orca's. You can see Orca's here, how her whole paw is white. So his is going to be like that, but probably a little bit farther up the ankle. And his back ones here, those are going to be more like Orca's back legs, where it's the toes, not so much right up over the ankle. You'll see there's lots of white here on his chest, lots of white on the face, through the top of the head, and then he has the white around the neck, or at the back of the head rather. He doesn't have quite enough around his neck here to really technically be a whole tuxedo. So he's actually just a nice suit. Very nice though. And Mr. Yellow Collar, he was born at 355 and he weighed 256 grams. There you go, Yellow. And next is Green Collar. And Green Collar is the only puppy with virtually no white. This puppy just shines. This gleaming ebony coat, this is my favorite look for a dog. I just love beautiful, rich, dark, shiny black coats. And Orca says she doesn't really want anybody looking at her puppy right now. Green Collar Boy was born at 4:42 a.m. and he weighed 312 grams. Very close in size to the first puppy. And if you look on his chest, I believe there's just a teeny little smidge of white there. I won't get too excited about it because Orca's not happy with me having him up here. So we're going to put him back down because, like I said, we don't like to upset her. Here we go. We'll just get everybody back underneath you. Yeah, are you okay? Whoops, there's a puppy. We'll just move this puppy out of the way. There we go. And that's how we help support our mums. We teach them how to lie down. Some girls know this instinctively. Some girls are very gentle. Other girls, not so much. And sometimes they actually step on their puppies or lie on their puppies. They get it eventually. Orca's doing great. And finally, the last born puppy is Purple Collar Boy. And he is right here. And Purple Collar Boy, now he is a full tuxedo with a couple of actual tuxedo benefits. So you'll see lots of white in the front of the face. Over the head, that white continues down and goes across his back. Tons of white under the body. White going farther up the legs, back legs too. And then at the back, you see that? There's bonus white there. So I don't know what that means. Maybe that's an extra bow tie. Hey? And Mr. Purple Collar was born at 4:51 a.m. and he was 308 grams. So that is all of the Labradoodle puppies from our Salish Sea litter. and they are thriving. Mama Orca is thriving. Everybody is doing really well. Very proud of our Mama Orca here, and just loving all of the shiny coats that we have here. It's really nice. You can see Orca's coat is beautiful and shiny. She's eating really well. She's eating about 2.5 to 3 times what she would normally eat. She still eats in her box. She's not willing to come out yet, but she's really eating very nicely and independently, which is a real bonus. So I hope you enjoyed the video for today. Our next video will be when the puppies are a week old, and then we will have puppies videos each week while the puppies are here with us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask those in the comments below. Always happy to answer your questions. And if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up if you have a sec, and we'll see you all back here next week for week number 1 update for the Salish Sea litter from Isle Doodles. Thanks so much for watching. He's a good girl. What a good girl. Yes, such beautiful puppies. Yes.